Unsung Heroes. Bum, bum, bum. Wait for it. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to Unsung Heroes every Thursday at the Creek in the Cave in Long Island City, Queens. My name is Mike Mercadal. I host an in-studio podcast called Zeros on Heroes where I interview people about their heroes. But this is Unsung Heroes where you guys get to be the heroes. Yes, it's very exciting. It's a rainy-ass day here in New York City. Thank you all for coming out. You guys made it. And look, in honor of the King Godzilla, King of the Monsters, or whatever that's coming out, we have decided, you know what? Why just Godzilla and his people? There's other giant kaiju robot monster things that fight. And we took suggestions online of their people's favorites of giant robot or monster type city smashing kaiju. That's right. We're going full Unsung Heroes Kaiju Battle. Yeah. And I broke out the bracket board. 100% thank you to your friend and ours, Adam Suzanne, for gifting us this lovely but yeah, that boo was Adam. For gifting us our own a bracket board. So we're using it. Bracket board. Let's do it. But thank you all. You know what? Guys, let's just do it. Let's bring up our first hero. 1, 2, 3. Adam Suzanne, everybody! Adam, welcome to the show.
What's up? Hey, man.
So here's what we're going to do. Thank you for being first guest. Here's what we're going to do. We got the brackets. Standard bracket rules apply. Whatever your own criteria is for the selection that you're presented.
It often comes down to a coin flip.
It's probably. I mean, it's happened before. It'll happen again. But also, you will be doing literally tacking it up on our board. Everyone gets to circle their option. Physical things for an audio medium.
Do you get to chop one off?
Huh?
We don't get to. We get only. We don't. No one gets eliminated. Well, they get eliminated, but we can't just because we need to know who got defeated.
Right. I have all that. I have the list. I have everything. Yeah. If you follow at Zeros on Heroes or at Mike Mercadal on any social media platform, usually Facebook though, but I'm going to start doing it on Twitter more. I posted up to give me all your top 3 favorite giant city smashing robots / monsters. And the list that was comprised was, again, at random by the app. I did not come up with these matchups.
I can see the bracket. And the one that made, the one that I'm like shocked so many people picked. I think it's, I saw. I was like, I couldn't believe. And I love that movie, too.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. There were a few. Look, this was an interesting one because they were varied. There was not a lot. There was a couple that were overwhelming, obvious ones that were going to be on there. And there were a couple random ones.
Is Godzilla in?
Yes, Godzilla made it. Godzilla made it to the top 16.
The theme gets all right. That's interesting.
Have you ever? Are you a fan of big monster movies? Don't you go to KAIJU?
KAIJU Big Battle is a thing where it's a pro wrestling show, and but the wrestlers are in KAIJU costumes, and they put little boxes and they destroy it, and it's amongst the greatest things on planet Earth.
I've been dying to go. It's always it's always happening when I can't.
It's going to be. They usually do one the Sunday or the Saturday of Comic-Con weekend, like the evening of.
Yeah.
Last year they did one on Sunday, and then
didn't they try to turn it into a TV show?
I don't know. They damn well should have. They should if they haven't already. I'd watch it. I would watch. Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of the kaiju TV. Yeah, it's the best. There's a kaiju called Burger Bear, which is a bear wearing it also half burger, half bear.
Of course, as one is.
There's
mutated giant burger
there's
bear.
baked potato.
And they fight each other. Is it wrestling? Wrestling like they do?
Yeah, they wrestle. They do like a lucha move. They're real wrestlers. They're just wearing these giant costumes.
That's awesome.
But it's real. So
which were your list makers? What's on your top 3?
I put Reptar number 1. I got to live the gimmick, I guess. And I mean, they made the Reptar movies. It was always a dude in a suit. And when Reptar bars, they turn your tongue green. That was my shit. I think I put what did I put? The Dragon Zord, I think.
Okay. I think that made the list.
Yeah, there was a lot of Power Rangers ones, but I think the Dragon just because it had the dagger, like.
My favorite thing about that was kind of like, besides like seeing Godzilla and not understanding it as a kid, like I was just like watching a giant lizard smashing, like it was obviously a guy in a suit and it was smashing the city.
Oh man, don't ruin it.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Nuts.
The first kind of exposure to that sort of
woman though,
huh?
It could have been a woman in the suit.
It could have been a woman in the suit. Yes, you're right.
Women can destroy cities.
They're equal opportunity city smashers. I will say that my first kind of big exposure to like an American version of that was
98.
Like Power Rangers was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like no, I mean, but that was just the dubbed Sentai stuff.
That was the Japanese show that they just used the
Haim Saban was like, hey, I got half a show. We'll just take the stuff where they're wearing helmets but then when they're not wearing helmets, we'll just put in these white kids and a black kid and an Asian kid. That was and we'll become millionaires and not pay the Rangers anything. Look it up. Look at the rate, like how little the Power Rangers got paid, like the original.
The original Power Rangers.
They were that's all they talk. It's insane though. Like the what's the word? Like
the profiteering or
like the profit dividing of what they made and what Haim Saban made. Jesus Christ.
Really? Well, let's.
And then were they skillful martial artists?
They were supposed to be.
I think if they weren't like great martial artists, they were great athletes, and they were good dancers or they were good gymnasts.
One of them, the Pink Ranger, was a gymnast.
Amy Jo Johnson. It's probably Amy Jo Johnson has had a career since, probably like an acting career, probably. Maybe more than any of the other Rangers, I think.
Yeah, I remember there being like later on you find out that they were horribly bullying Billy, the Blue Ranger, and they were like, it was
one of the. I did. Well, they kept adding because that's what they did with Sentai. But I went to Comic-Con a couple years ago. They had a Power Ranger panel with David Yost and what's his name, Walter Jones, who played Zack. The two, and everyone was at, and like it was there was some real touching stuff. People were talking about how Power Rangers got them through their childhood, and it was beautiful thing, and it was nice to hear these stories of how it helped them. But then the first question though was an adult saying, "If you guys could fight any other Ranger team, who would you fight?"
Yeah,
and they had to go. I don't know. I think we liked fighting each other. It was awkward, but everything else with it was wonderful.
All right, well, let's get cracking here. You have to choose.
I get to destroy a monster.
Yeah, you're a city smashing monster. You're about to take down with your words. You have to choose between Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim, which was very popular. Like Pacific Rim, the idea is so much better than the execution. I love it too, but not because it's good. I love it, but it's not necessarily the best. There's a lot of holes in the end there.
I am Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. And you have to choose between Gypsy Danger and the Cloverfield monster, the one from Cloverfield.
Let's do Gypsy Danger.
Oh shit! Okay, well,
why
all right.
not?
All right. Do you want to?
I have.
Oh, this is not going to work out for the audio thing here.
The one that I was hoping I could.
Yeah. So you're taking Gypsy Danger. Moving on to the second round. Yeah, I'm going to do it from now.
I have drawn my tag on it so that everyone at home. And I drew a mustache. I don't know. Gypsy Danger, baby.
Wait, so Gypsy... Okay, so I love the Pacific Rim movies just because of the idea. And then there's like Guillermo del Toro's fingerprints are all over that first one.
He directed the first one, I think.
Yeah. And then but like it's very Guillermo del Toro-y. And like fucking... Ron Perlman is in it. And Charlie Day is in it. There's like a bunch of fun people.
On Twitter.
Idris Elba. But then there's like the whole end of that movie I did not enjoy. It was one of those like I'm a big believer in the last 5 minutes of a movie can destroy the whole movie if it doesn't end right. You know what I mean?
What was the light? Like I remember like when I watched it on TV and I thought it was the lighting of it was a little like I thought that there should have been more. The color of it should have been a little brighter of the fighting. That's
maybe.
Yeah.
Why not Cloverfield?
I never saw it.
Really?
No, I mean, I just, it was one of those, like, I said, I'll just go eat popcorn in the dark instead.
Yeah, right.
You
It's
know?
one of those definitely when the found footage movies were being like tromped out, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, we did this one, but what if it was a monster movie? And unfortunately, it like made T.J. Miller like even more money. It was the worst. But
Well,
also,
that was like 2008, right?
Yeah.
So that was before, it was pre Silicon Valley. TJ Miller.
no, but he's from money. Like he had money. Like wasn't he? Isn't he like a trust fund kid? Yeah, he's a rich kid. Yeah. Yeah, but also, it was like J.J. Abrams too, right? And it was a
he's
big
the Star Wars and the Star Trek and the Alias and the Lost Guy.
Did you see? Yeah. Did you see 10 Cloverfield Lane?
No, I didn't see that one either.
That one is way better. That is real good. I will
That
say
one
this.
has the coach from Revenge of the Nerds in it.
The coach from that's right.
Yeah.
What's his
John
name?
Goodman.
John Goodman. The coach from Revenge. You know the coach from Revenge. Everybody knows him.
That movie is problematic. I don't know why I brought it up.
Yeah. You know what? Guess what? You're gonna have to make a second decision. That's right.
Okay, sure.
We're gonna jump over here. You're gonna have to choose between Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, the movie, and also between Dr. Manhattan versus the kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. This got selected.
What's that kid's name, by the way? What's the kid's name? His name is Adam. Yeah, it's Adam Zielinski. And that movie I saw in theaters and I thoroughly loved. And Honey, I Blew Up the Kid is if you watch it on cable and they have it in, and you look at the listing, sometimes it'll say Honey, I Blew You. So I'm gonna pick that movie. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Sorry, Alan Moore.
Dr. Manhattan.
I'm gonna give the audience what they need, not what they want. There you see. Yeah, no
giant
blue dick.
penis.
Look, if it were a Rorschach and Jackie Earl Haley gets a bye at any party place, but Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. That's my shit. Kerry Russell's in it. That's all I.
Yeah.
Kerry Russell's like the girl, like the lady, like the babysitter, and she's in. Yeah. It's weird because I was in first grade when I saw it, and I think that was like, oh wow, I'm feeling things.
You're feeling, yeah. It's a pretty girl. That movie like it was suggested many times. Like the first
Someone
thing
said it. I'm like, why? Like, I grew up. I love that movie, and I like it more than Honey, I Shrunk the Kids scares the shit out of me still sometimes.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I enjoy.
It's well done, but there's some really scary shit in that movie.
I just want a giant oatmeal pie.
Yeah, that was cool, but then you had the giant ant, and then your dad almost eats you. There's some real fucked up shit
floating
in that movie.
around in the Cheerios.
Yeah, there's some. It's well done and it's cool and it's clever.
Don't
and
they
it's
sleep
smart,
in a
but
Lego?
It's scary as
They sleep
fuck.
in a it's
that movie
very scary.
scared the shit out of me when I was younger. Oh man, I couldn't watch it.
The lawnmower.
But everything. Yeah, the ant. Rick Moranis is.
He's very. Rick Moranis is very scary.
Yeah. Oh my god, just the terror.
Adam, what would you like to promote before you go?
I got a million. You can watch the video of me attempting to speak Spanish on YouTube.
It's wonderful. I
can't tell you what happens, but I did enjoy it. Have someone who speaks Spanish translate it, and they will have no idea what happened either.
It's remarkably poignant and very powerful emotionally.
I've been told that from some relatives, it was like, "Hey, I was weird seeing you happy."
Yeah.
So. That was a good way to keep
I love
me
it,
human.
and you should all follow Adam's world famous Instagram.
It's
Adam
really
Suzanne.
honestly, if you're following someone else and they suck, unfollow them and follow me because mine is better.
right.
A lot of these Instagrams I see you guys
right.
follow are fucking shit.
Yeah.
All right, it's just hey, let me ask stupid questions. No, mine had fucking what did it have today? I had a string theory.
No, don't give it away. They have to go experience it
All
for
right.
themselves.
And I'm gonna read another book. I think live at some point.
I look forward to hearing it. Ladies and gentlemen,
decided I have to do it again.
A round of applause.
'Cause I love
for
attention.
Adam Suzanne. Coming up next, a round of applause for Noel Rodney Jr.
Cringe humor.
Producing the show, Noel Rodney. Gotta get the money.
What's up, buddy?
What up?
That dog's
Shout out
going
to Davos, that Jew.
Sir Davos.
Bark mitzvah Davos.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Doing good.
All right. How proficient are you in your kaiju recommendations?
Not so much. I recommend robots, but
okay.
kaiju not as.
So are you a giant robot person? Or?
Well, yeah. I'm wearing like one of my favorites currently.
Yes.
Yeah, Mazinger.
Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Mazinger Z.
Yeah,
Well, in
exactly.
Spanish.
Yeah,
Remember Real Steel?
I do remember Real Steel. That was.
Remember Hugh Jackman on Raw punching someone? Yeah.
Wow.
I do not remember Hugh Jackman on.
Hugh
Raw.
Jackman was a guest star on Raw, and he punched Dolph Ziggler in the face.
Jeez.
Some guy named Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, good old Dolph.
He punched Tyrion Lannister.
What was your top three, Noah? What was your top three giant city smashing entities?
Giant city smashing entities.
Besides Messenger Zeta.
Besides
Messenger Z.
Messenger Zeta, I would say Great Mazinger, Maz and Kaiser,
Whoa.
Grandizer, which is Mazinger from Mars.
Wow.
But
You got the lineup. That was the whole thing, though. Like when a show would have, like a successful show would have a giant monster, a giant thing of some kind.
Yeah.
Suddenly there was like all the undiscovered ones would pop out of the woodwork. Yeah.
They gotta sell toys.
yeah,
They got to. It's all selling toys.
They gotta have that Happy Meal plan.
You know, in like for real, I will say that like I liked like the second form of the Ninja Megazord where they were like pagodas that turned into dudes and then they formed into the robot.
Well, a pagoda? I didn't watch this one.
Yeah, it was like after the movie.
Yeah. After the movie, they got new swords.
Yeah. Once all the toys were bought, they had to find a reason to make more. So they decided to make these where they were like giant people, but then they would become another giant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, I guess they joined together. I remember those toys were out of hand because my younger brothers were like of that age where they had my parents had to buy them all of that shit.
Yeah.
And it was just cranking out new toys. And then I remember my dad one Christmas was like, "There's a fucking another one of these things." Like he was like he didn't realize that my stepmom had bought like one of the toys, like that there was like more. I remember him having this reaction of like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He didn't,
Yeah. And speaking of Super Sentai, I've actually been like watching some of the newer ones, and I gotta say, I'm not a fan of like the current robot designs.
Yeah,
like no, I feel like they're really lifeless nowadays. Like the suit designs for the actual Rangers are pretty fucking dope.
Sure.
But like the robots, I don't know.
Feels there's more CGI on the TV now. When I watch it on
definitely. Like all the robot fights nowadays are almost entirely CG.
That's a bummer.
Maybe you get like 10
like
seconds of dudes in suits.
Are they like mocap or?
Nah. It's just straight CG. Maybe you will get like a good like 30 seconds of dudes in suits.
Because there is something
but
like
the rest of it is just like CG dude, like CG robot just jumping between buildings and shit.
Yeah, like it doesn't. There was something like endearing about how they had. It was like very obviously dudes in suits smashing cardboard buildings. You know what I mean? Like, there's something endearing about that where you're just like, that scene. Nice, good.
Right? Yeah.
Where you okay, let me put it this way. When I play like an old school video game, the gameplay is more important than the graphics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So when I'm watching these old shows, it's like, yeah, I know it's not real. Like I get.
That's
like,
kind of what I mean. Like with almost with the Nintendo Wii, where they're like, hey. We were so working. People were trying so hard to make everything look real. We stopped thinking about it if people wanted to play it,
right?
And
then now like Nintendo owns the world because of like they just were like, yeah, people just want to play cartoons. And we're like, yeah, let them.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's pretend to bowl.
Yeah. What? Let's make some tough decisions.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see what.
Joe.
Cringe humor.
You have to.
Show.
I'm turning that mic off. I am going to give you. You have to choose between Godzilla,
the
OG himself, and Mecha Streisand from South Park.
Ooh.
Which one made more of an impact in your world, Godzilla or Mecha Streisand? Barabuda. I remember that.
98 Godzilla. It's the 98 Godzilla.
You know what?
okay.
A couple people put up their Godzilla. This is Godzilla in general. So
Okay.
it's all Godzillas.
It's all the Godzillas.
Because-
it's whichever Godzilla is in your heart.
Which is your Godzilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, did you know like the original Godzilla was meant to be like a warning about the dangers of like nuclear power?
Yeah, absolutely. It was straight up. It was straight up Tokyo, like Japanese post World War after they got atomic bombed the fuck out of them, and then it was like, it was like nuclear is bad, radiation not good, creates giant unsolvable problems.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
You know what? I will go with Godzilla.
Godzilla beats out Mecha Streisand.
Because like I can't have an OG get one upped by a parody. I can't.
It's
I
true.
can't.
Look, it got on the list a bunch of times. A lot
That
of people
was,
said
that was
it.
my third one.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, I don't know, I was like, could I do Robert Smith?
Yeah. I mean, you could.
Sidney Poitier?
There we go.
Wait,
You
does
know
Sydney?
what? If it was Sidney Poitier Gamera, maybe.
No, because Sidney,
wow.
remember
Yeah,
before
because he was Gamera.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'll Rochambeau you for it.
That's fucking crazy. Guess what? You got to make another decision. You get
Okay,
2 rounds.
woo.
You actually will have to choose between Gamera or Reptar from Rugrats. Which one's Gamera? That one's the
Gamera's
the
the turtle.
The big turtle one.
Yeah, and he would like sink into himself and like shoot jets out of the holes, and that's how he
He
flew
would
around.
fly spinning around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in Mario,
Yeah.
exactly
It was-
like Mario Kart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that or Reptar, lovable cartoon character from Rugrats.
After the decision, I have an idea.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go with Reptar. Gamera never had chocolate bars, so
Oh, that's true.
Or cereal.
yeah, nah.
Reptar, gotta find that
Reptar.
Reptar. Somebody call their mom.
Although I'm sure Gamera had like a stage play or something, like a Takarazuka show.
You know what I mean? Like in Japan, like Godzilla has always been like. Didn't they have to buy the rights back at some point? Like the production company or something like
Really?
that. After the Matthew Broderick Godzilla, there was like yeah. That's why they
There was
released
the friend Drescher,
Godzilla.
like the Godzilla.
Isn't there one? No, isn't there one that they released called like the real Godzilla or Godzilla something
I've
like
heard,
that?
I've heard a
Shin
variation
Godzilla?
of that.
Huh?
I forget the
Do you
exact
mean Shin
details.
Godzilla?
No, it was
Okay.
called Godzilla something, and it was like the Japanese production the company released it as a kind of like a response to like, don't watch that one.
Really?
I have a complete non sequitur idea.
Okay,
Yes.
We should play Mario Kart for a show.
we should
There we
definitely
go,
do. We could totally do
I
it.
should not have said that on the air, but
No, it
I would have
works.
forgot.
We should play
Yeah, Adam
Rampage, that old
should play
game
every-
with
Ooh,
giant
yeah.
We should
monsters.
just play
Rampage.
games
That's right.
online. We should play WWF
Rampage.
No Mercy.
Yes, we'll
Oh,
have a
definitely.
game night one day.
Yeah.
This will just become like Thursday nights at the Creek at 8 p.m. It'll be just us hanging out. Like just
No, you can play.
It'll be a rumpus
No,
room.
we'll Twitch it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, let's do
That's
it.
the fucking point. Not just us playing. I mean,
Yeah. Did you? Okay, so
I
now
like
that
game
you've
shows.
crossed these off the list, do you want to see anything like that hasn't been done yet, like a giant monster thing? Would you like make a live action version of which one? Like, what would be your go to? Attacking on the last week's live action reboot.
Oh yeah. I get shoot.
Because I was thinking a lot on this list. Nobody mentioned Robotech, and that was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
All of the like Gundams. Nobody mentioned Gundam. Nobody mentioned like any of those stuff, which I understand,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even know.
I
because
mean-
they were picturing people in the suits. But
Funny
Like-
enough, there was a last like anime convention I went to a panel with a dude who apparently there were plans for a live action Gundam movie like
Yeah.
back in 1985, and like they had a script planned out and all sorts of shit. And
would
yeah,
it have been? How would they have done the robots? It would have been like that.
it would have been like nah, they were actually gonna do like early CG, like the last Starfighter.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very glad they didn't do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I would love to see, like, there's a lot of stuff from like the nostalgia bombs of the past. I would love to see now.
Yeah.
Like, if they did a Gundam movie now, I'd be super down because I loved in like Ready Player One had a lot of problems, but there was that scene where all of a sudden he just turns into a Gundam, and I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
"Fuck yes!"
Yes.
And he's fighting Mecha Godzilla. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hell yes, this is amazing."
Yeah, and like at the panel, the dude like padded out how the script for it was going to go, and there
Okay.
was a lot of like weird shit, like Amuro and Char. They were supposed to be brothers, but there was one scene in there that was like dead on, like certifiable Gundam. It was like the Gundam fell onto this nearby planet out of orbit, and it landed into a lake, and like the lake started turning red, and some like random lady who's in the Gundam with Amuro is just like, oh, this is so beautiful. And Amuro's just like, it's the plankton in the lake. They're dying from the heat of the Gundam.
Yeah. Oh,
What about-
no.
And I'm like, that is such a like OG 0079 Gundam scene.
Yeah, because that's the thing about Gundam is that's super melodramatic. Everything
Yes.
is very intense.
What about
Oh, yeah.
Kundun, the Martin Scorsese movie about the Buddhist, like 7-year-old Dalai Lama?
Do you think we've been talking about Kundun this whole time?
I think so. Honestly, I don't know. I never watched either of them, so they could both technically
Sure,
be the
sure.
same thing.
Yeah. Huh.
I've been really wanting to ask Siri what is Gundam this whole time.
No, thank you for being here. Would you like to promote anything before you go?
Yes. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm No Bad Noel on there. I have a few dates. I'm going to be at Drexler's in Manhattan on June the 18th,
All right.
and then June 25th I'll be in Hampton Bays at the Bays Bar and Grill. I think
Okay.
that's what they called it.
All right. It's a road gig, man.
All
Bar
right,
show.
yeah.
It all counts.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Noel Rodney Jr. Do people know why I'm playing this song, right? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. A round of applause for Elvis motherfucking Duran.
Get the fuck up.
Yeah, why
Oh,
wouldn't I
what's
bring-
up? What's up?
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't I bring it up?
rainy day.
Yeah.
What's up,
Just went
buddy?
to get another drink, a margarita. Have
Elvis, thank
yourself
you
a
for being
margarita.
here.
Have
Welcome
yourself
to
a
the show.
margarita. I know you don't drink, but have yourself a margarita.
I will try.
Yeah.
I'll do my best. Elvis, we're talking about giant monsters
you know-
and or robots.
Yeah, I was trying to think about
Were
this.
these were you into these when you were younger? Because
yeah, I
you're
mean, I've
into
seen
the
my
class.
fair share of Godzillas and Baby Godzilla. Freaking, what's his name again?
Godzuki, remember that
Godzuki.
shit?
He was
Oof,
awesome.
Oof.
It was awesome. Whenever Godzilla had to step on his tail, bang, and he would just shoot the fucking gamma ray.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
There was
That
there
I
was
was
a
watching
cartoon.
stuff like that.
There was a
Yeah,
cartoon of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it always showed like sprinkles, mostly of the Godzilla stuff. Godzilla 1985, the 2000 one, whatever, which was not that fucking great. It was crazy.
You know, we haven't talked about. It did come up.
I actually still have like this awesome freaking framed out photograph of Times Square in 2000, and it has it on the United Artists Theater, Godzilla, 2000, right? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was the thing about that
I
movie.
want to sell it, but I'm like, damn, it's Times Square in 2000.
Yeah.
It was right at the Y2K.
That was the thing about that movie. That Godzilla movie. The marketing was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was,
yeah. But
everywhere.
they were really, really going for the T-Rex bite,
Yeah, well, they were trying to compete with like when Jurassic Park had come out, and then
Yeah.
it was like then you saw that logo everywhere, and then
The
everyone
fact
had
that
to,
they just slapped Godzilla on
I
it.
miss the days where every movie had like a Slurpee cup. You know?
yeah.
yeah.
That was to talk about no, but it was also
these
it was also like the marketing was like the bus would like it was on the side of a bus. And it would say like his foot is the size of this bus, and then it would be like I remember they put on a building. They were like this is up to his knee or something like that. Like they were like trying to give you a scale. I can only imagine how much that fucking cost.
Can I mention
real.
the kaijus, whatever that I think is, like the big monsters and giants and robots
Yeah.
that I came up with that I enjoy and I
Yes, of course. What's your
love.
list? Yeah,
You
give
know,
me your
like,
list.
I did like the Jack in the Giant Killer, like the Giant Slayer, where like the Jack and the Beanstalk story. That was freaking cool. But the movie, I thought it was cool. It was pretty.
Yeah, there's a
violent,
movie, Jack
dude.
the Giant Slayer. Giant
Jack the Giant Slayer. That was pretty dope, man.
I didn't see it, but
That was dope. Giants were just picking up humans and biting their heads off and shit.
Whoa, I thought it was a family movie.
That's exactly what I would love to do if I had the powers to be a giant. It's just grab fucking humans and fucking ex-bosses and shit, rip their fucking homes out and grab like, I'm your employer now.
Just like rampage them. Just like,
Totally rampage them. And that was another one that I wanted to mention. Also just rampage. Respects to rampage.
Which was your guy? You were the wolf, the big giant wolf, the gorilla?
I was
or
the gorilla.
lizard?
I like the gorilla and the lizard.
The gorilla and the lizard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Classic.
Was the lizard the lady?
Lizard was a lady.
Yeah,
her name,
it was a lady.
Her name was
but it was
Lizzie.
cool because I just wanted to see her, shrink small, back to woman.
Yeah.
You know, like
That
it
was
was
such
cool
a-
to see her like just be woman rage. I hate everyone.
But you-
I hate men. And they go, I'm just a woman in my panties.
What are you talking about?
Rampage, you know what I'm talking about. You know what
I
I'm
know what you're
talking
talking
about.
about.
When
But
you
I will
lose
say
your trinket.
that was a weird fucking city where there was like dynamite everywhere.
It was awesome. You
What a
ate
weird
the
town.
soldiers, you caught the dynamite,
Yeah.
you ate it,
The
you threw it back
helicopters.
at them.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
What else you got?
My other guy, mad crazy respects to fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Stay Puft Marshmallow
You know what I'm
Man.
saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
gets props. He's like adorable. He shows up adorable.
Yeah.
He's like mad cute, nice, cool, gigantic. But when he gets the beams and he gets the laser beams,
And they blow him up. and he's like,
no, just when he gets shot for the first time, then he becomes all fucking pissed and angry.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
a
He was
fluff.
just like he was just like gonna give him a hug.
Yeah, that
and
was-
then he got shot, and then it was like,
That's my props. But one more. If you haven't seen this one, I haven't seen it in a long time. But since you mentioned this, like with the whole giant thing and everything, I'm gonna check it out because I haven't seen it in forever. Robot Jocks.
Robot Jocks. Do you
Yeah.
know this one?
Yeah.
I 100% know this movie. Does anybody else know Robot
Yo.
Jocks?
This one's kind of cool, man. So there's stories in between it where like it's like best of the best kind of ish, like where it's just the best martial artists and everybody's like a great fighter. And it's like Pacific Rim, right? Like they
Well,
go into like the giant robots,
The premise of
exosuit.
Robot Jocks is that there's no war anymore, and the military is now these giant robots that if countries want to do battle,
Yeah.
they send the giant
It's a
robots
sport.
to like fight each other, and it's like a big mech battle thing.
Yeah.
and it's like late '80s, early '90s. I can't remember. when it came out.
89.
but
Okay.
it doesn't look that great. But it's
kind of
crazy.
fun, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of cool. It's kind of fun, but I haven't seen
Okay.
it forever.
That
But you
is
might like it if you
worth-
haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would definitely
You're
like
totally
that
gonna dig
because
it.
that is word for word the plot to Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Yeah. It's
go.
very. It was super
Whoever
inspired
got
by that shit.
Whoever borrowed the idea first, but you
real.
will see it. This will connect some of those theories
It
for you.
wasn't-
Okay,
Check
yeah.
it out.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
seriously.
necessarily. It was definitely one of those like I think it was 80s action, like 80s
Big
action
time.
flicks where there's like one scene with titties in it for some reason. Like
Dude,
that,
it's almost like a freaking cool 80s cartoon of the space age world.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
like a
it's
cool
definitely-
80s kind of cartoon, but in live action.
I wouldn't
with the
be surprised-
robots, and it's still like very
Yeah.
kind of fucking Power Ranger-ish, but
Yeah.
mad dust and fly.
it was,
It's
I think it
fucking
was
dope.
stop motion. I think they shot
And
a lot of it in stop motion.
Really?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all
Robot
in barren
Jocks-
lands and everything.
No,
It's fucking
no,
cool.
get this. It's Robot Jocks with an X.
Yes.
Very important.
Bam! To nerdum. To the nerdum.
Really?
Yeah,
Elvis,
man.
are you ready to make some tough decisions?
All right, I am ready to make this a tough
You
decision.
have to choose.
Terrible at making decisions.
You have to choose between Ghidorah,
Yeah.
King Ghidorah. That's that three-headed dragon thing.
That is really cool.
And the Iron Giant.
Oh, Iron Giant.
Iron
Everybody
Giant
loves
versus
the Iron
King.
Giant, man.
What are your
Everybody loves
criteria
him.
for who wins?
Damn. That three-headed dragon is so cool.
Yeah.
So fucking cool. Anything three-headed is fucking cool. Snakes, wolves, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Dudes, dudettes. Fuck, they're always cool. But damn, Iron Giant, I love him because he's like fucking retro cool. He's just back-powered,
He looks like a yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, like the back lights up.
Yeah, he just does a lot of cool shit, and he's cool. He's almost human.
And the Iron Giant, he's no, you stay.
And he's funny.
And I cry.
You know, he's funny. Like,
Yeah.
I would hate to diss him for like
He's
just like
Superman
a
now.
three-headed dragon, man. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to pick the fucking baby Adam. I fucking hope he
Adam,
wins. And that one should just win it all together. I did the baby. The giant baby wins. No.
Yeah, baby.
Fuck, man. These guys, what should I go for, man?
No, it's your call.
What should I? Fuck. Oh, man. All right. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck.
Yours is really
The
hurting
three-headed
you.
fucking dragon. Fuck it.
Ghidorah
Yeah.
beats the Iron Giant gets knocked out in the first round.
Yeah. He's too human, man. He's shit. I know. I was going to pick him. But I was like, later on, the three-headed dragon is going to be an easy kill. Maybe.
In an epic battle, King Ghidorah beats Iron Giant. Man, that's an upset. That's a
I
big
know
time
that
upset.
is an upset. I thought you said it brought another level.
You
of
also
character.
have to choose. You get to make two choices.
Oh, right.
You have to
cool.
choose between Mothra
Cool.
and Voltron.
Oh, I fucking love Voltron, dude. The new animated series, the 2016, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fucking awesome. Check it out. You got to check it out.
It's very good.
It's really good,
Now,
man.
question: is this Lion Voltron or Vehicle Voltron?
This is the
li-
original Voltron.
Okay, cool,
Okay.
cool,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go Lion
You're just
Voltron.
fucking me up right now, man. I was confused. I was like, yeah, I remember the vehicle ones.
Just want to be sure.
No,
Yeah.
the lion ones are amazing. I love
Where
them.
it's like vans,
and
like the
Mothra?
feet are vans.
Yeah, but I can't say no to Mothra. She was the flying pussy, man. Woo! No.
What the flying
She
pussy?
was a flying pussy. That's how I always saw her. She was
don't
a
wanna-
vagina.
I don't want to dive into that, but
She was a vagina.
what is your decision?
Man, I'm going for fucking Voltron all day, every day.
Voltron
Fuck that.
defeats
Sorry,
Mothra. Yeah, Voltron pulls a big giant sword and
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's so many like interchangeable weapons.
Yeah,
in the
for real.
feet and all that shit. And it's
the
like,
laser beam.
Voltron
Yeah.
was-
Yeah, it was the same sound
So
effect
cool.
recycled. Yeah. Elvis, fantastic.
yes.
What would you like to promote before you go?
Yo, me, asshole.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, you know what? Instead, let's promote the Creek in the Cave in Long
yes,
Island
the
City,
Creek in the Cave,
Queens.
man. And follow me in the street. Just follow me.
Yeah. If you see Elvis in the street, just follow.
Just follow me.
Ladies and gentlemen, a
I
round
don't
of
mind.
applause.
I'm not scared.
A round of applause for
Thank
Elvis
you.
Duran.
Yay.
Coming up next, doing battle in epic scale, Igor Martinez.
Get the
What's up,
fuck
brother?
out.
There you go. Yes, master. Yes.
People know why I'm playing that Pharaoh Monch song from a million years ago, right?
No.
Yeah, because it's
Is it
basically
Godzilla?
the Godzilla, the old school Godzilla lick. That
giant.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh.
That's the
Sample?
yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a great album.
Guys, you know, as I have to say this, Elvis and Adam, if you're gonna do sound effects, pull the mic away from your face. Otherwise,
I
it's
can't help
literally
it.
the
You're
only
great at
thing that
sound
comes out.
But I can't help it. I just want to hear it screech or
Yeah.
blow some eardrums.
Center of attention. I
But
get
to
it, yeah.
me, it feels great.
Yeah. Disrespectful to the other guests.
To
I
me,
get
it
it.
sounds,
Yeah,
it
sure.
feels great. You're lowering me. God damn it,
I'm
you're
turning it
lowering
off
me.
if you don't.
All right, I'm done.
All right.
He's
Está
like,
en penitencia. Igor, welcome to the show. We're talking about giant robots and or
Yeah.
monsters that smash cities on an epic scale.
Yeah.
Which one are your what's your go-to? Which ones are your favorites?
I'm not a big on this.
Uh-huh.
But man, I fucking loved the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
It has its charms. Don't do that. Don't
I
disrespect
fucking-
it.
no.
Yes.
Yo,
it has its charms.
I mean, they were fucking clearly trying to rip off some dinosaur shit. But yo, a fucking baby Godzilla's as Velociraptors. I'll eat that
It
up
was
all
still
day.
cool.
it's true. That was a big thing where they were like, it was a female and she laid eggs and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
That's fucking
The
ahead of
missiles,
its
the
time.
missiles were awesome.
Yes.
It was traveling,
There was,
the missiles chasing.
there
And
was a
Matthew
lot of cool
Broderick
shit
is the
in that.
perfect nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew, he's like
I mean, he's
proto
a
nerd.
murderer. He's a murderer.
You heard that, Matthew?
Yeah, Matthew Broderick killed a lady. It's super fucked
It
up.
must be so fun to be a celebrity.
I
know.
I would
try to
imagine
be
it is.
serious.
So much
Yeah,
fun.
I would imagine it is.
So much fun.
What? So
They're
you?
monsters, really.
Yes.
Yes.
If we're talking about monsters,
Agreed.
like
Yes.
celebrities.
Are you part of Toby's group
some
that
exceptions.
breaks
No.
all of those things? That
Toby and I have never been inside of a Venn diagram in our entire lives.
you apparently are, because that's her whole group is gossiping on which celebrities are monsters.
Oh yeah, no.
You're slipping in.
Oh god.
So you're not into the giant, but you like that movie.
Yeah, I just like I don't know. I just never I don't know. I mean, that's you know what, man? You were talking about which one the Iron Giant?
Yeah.
I tried so hard. I just picked some I'm just so good at falling asleep. And I
That's what you excel
asleep
at?
during Iron Giant twice, like the first 15 minutes. And that looked like
It's slow to get started.
yeah, well, it looked like such a fucking great. It looked the animation looked great. It looked dope. It looked like nice and retro, but it looked sad too.
It that is one of the only animated movies I think that have like really hit me in that way, because that movie is deeper than like people give it credit. Like, oh, it's just a cartoon. It's like the Pixar movies now.
Oh
like
yeah,
when you
yeah,
like
yeah,
every
yeah.
Pixar movie has this like deep message of some horrible thing that's
Right.
gonna break you, and you're like, ah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was made for destruction. It's
Yeah.
just nuclear shit that
He
they're
was a
talking about.
weapon.
But that's not. What was that? That wasn't Disney or Pixar.
No,
was
it was DreamWorks.
Oh,
Warner Brothers.
cool.
Yeah.
Was it Warner Brothers? I think it. Well, I think that's Dream. Is that DreamWorks? I don't know. I think it was. It was definitely. They had the rights to it in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
And that was like basically every Warner Brothers project. Like there was no. It was only DC characters you saw. There was never like a Marvel character in there
Yeah.
because of Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chucky and all those things that come out in that movie was all just like one production comes like, yeah, use whatever the fuck you want of ours.
Yeah.
Did you?
Legalities.
So you didn't have any? What about video games and stuff like that? Did you ever play?
No, not even, man. I gotta tell you, like, this is. No, I have nothing to contribute.
What? Okay, so let me do
You know
this.
You know which one was bad? You know which was fucking really got me hard on was the second Aliens when she jumps on the machine.
Oh
I know
yeah.
it's not technically like a big
No,
old
that's
monster,
awesome, dude.
But then she fucking fights the queen.
That exosuit,
Oh,
whatever,
man.
that like
power loader?
construction.
Get away
exo-
from her, you bitch!
And yo, she's fighting the queen. That's a giant monster.
Yeah.
By the way, she
Big
would
bitch.
She would have never made it. That thing was moving so slow, and that fucking no way. That bitch would have just fucking her little mouth right in her fucking face, and that would have been game over.
Well, that was the whole thing of like. That is one of my favorite things that's come out of it in that thing is that the Halloween costumes where it's like some guy wearing the suit and he has their kid in a baby Bjorn.
Oh, yeah,
So it
yeah.
looks like they're driving the thing. I don't know. I think that's fine.
oh, that is. I've never seen those.
Yeah. And then there was so that's an interesting one. That's not like super giant.
No,
but it definitely
absolutely
was
not.
a
Absolutely
mech
not.
exosuit thing. What would you do if you were suddenly, 100 feet tall, like, and now you're like like what perspective would you have being that big? Like all of a sudden your head just shot through this building. And
big dick motherfucker, man.
like you're one of the giants from Jack and the
You know
Beanstalk.
that would be miserable because I don't think dogs would come near me, and that would.
That's
be,
your one.
That's
Oh, man.
real. That's
That
real.
would
What if there was
fucking-
a fucking giant dog?
Yo,
That's cool. That's cool.
Yo.
That works out. That works
That
out.
would be different. That would be real. I would. Oh man, we'd fucking.
Yeah.
Well, what's like a big round thing that I can throw and play fetch with him?
The ball from Epcot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just walk over to Epcot. Fucking stupid. Well, isn't there a ride in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
the
there is.
physics would break down very quickly. Yeah. Everything would just like crumble in your hands.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would.
This thing is made out of wafers.
I would. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably be spending a lot of time eating.
Right?
Trying to
Yeah.
keep
man.
that big body and
You
shape.
gotta feed.
You know what I mean?
You gotta feed.
And
Yeah.
you got to do it like super cool. Like you just walk to that river and then there's street. Do. Boosh.
Yeah.
And all the dust and
Oh,
debris flies out.
You gotta do
Birds.
a cannonball. You gotta
birds
do
fly out
at
of the
least
trees.
one cannonball.
You would cause tsunamis. Yeah.
Have to one
Yes,
cannonball.
yes.
Let's see. Yeah, and then like GoPro it. GoPro like somebody be like.
Yeah. I see that.
I like
see
that. That's nice.
What,
Sounds like fun.
Igor, are you ready to make some tough decisions?
Yeah.
There we go.
Absolutely.
You have to choose since because you are not.
I know.
Don't look.
Oh.
If you are not experienced on this, the decision is entirely yours.
Oh yeah.
And whatever
I'm gonna-
criteria you choose, and again, I did not come up with these matchups. you have to choose between King Kong, which we haven't talked about at all today,
Wow.
I
or
love King Kong.
the Stay
'Cause he's,
Puffed
you know-
Marshmallow Man that
Oh,
has
he's
come
on
out.
that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was on it.
I was gonna bring that one up, but I was like, he's not.
I didn't know he was on.
And this is gonna sound terrible, but I've never seen Ghostbusters, so
What?
You've never seen that first
It's
Ghost?
okay, Igor. We're not gonna fucking kill you for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to do
totally
that movie
watch
now.
it, brother.
I know.
Yeah. So King
Oh
Kong.
man, I was hoping for like just not knowing any of them and just going off a cool name or like 3 heads. I was like, I
didn't
was in at 3 heads.
I just went for it strictly for badass.
Yeah.
Badassness.
Oh man.
You know,
He is bad. I mean, he's great in him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about the big marshmallow guy, but look at him.
But I described him. He's cool.
I just think
Check
like,
him out.
Just think like fluff.
Yeah, and then, but he's like this big. The whole point is that like at that time, the big evil thing was like getting in their heads and was creating their biggest fears as their enemy.
okay.
And then he's
You
like, clear your
gods.
minds, don't think of anything. And then Dan Aykroyd's character was
Yeah.
like, sorry guys, I had to think of something, like, and he just thought of marshmallows, and he just thought of this, and then it turned into this giant. That was his doom.
Yeah, because it was like pick your fate.
Yeah,
Of doom.
pick your doom. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
and
pick
then
doom.
King Kong
That's
as well.
by marshmallows.
King fucking Kong.
Yeah, King Kong.
Which I'm an apologist for the Peter Jackson King Kong. I like that movie.
It was cool. I like it.
Once it gets going and whatever, like there's a whole thing of Skull Island, like when they're on Skull Island.
Is that the latest one?
No, the latest one was with Tom Hiddleston and
wasn't
John
Samuel-
C. Riley. It's
Yeah.
called Kong
Skull Island.
Yeah, that was nice though.
'Cause
That was fucking
They
dope.
could not use the words King Kong together
Oh,
because
fuck.
of like licensing stuff.
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
Oh wait, now was
He's a
the King
fucking
Kong
king.
the King Kong that you're talking about was the one with
Jack Black, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I am a fan of the King Kong 1977 one, the one with Jeff Bridges and
Faye Dunaway.
this chick from
Faye Dunaway. Jessica Lange.
Jessica
That's what
Lange.
I'm thinking of.
She's super cute in the movie, and the King Kong
Faye,
is
yeah.
super emotional, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm
Twin
going King
Towers.
Kong.
Huh?
Gotta go King Kong.
King Kong
Yes.
Go King
moves
Kong.
on to the next round. You also have. Let me see.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to fucking establish that setup.
Yeah.
That
You
upset.
also have to choose between the aforementioned Dragon Zord
Wait.
from Power Rangers, the Green Ranger's Dragon Zord that he calls
Okay.
with his little knife flute, or Fin Fang Foom from the Marvel Comics.
Yo, anything Power
Oh,
Rangers.
that's- yeah.
Anything Power Rangers is winning.
I think, man, I'm so mad nobody knows. Like Fin Fang Foom,
Yeah,
was
he's
unfortunately.
he's also like a giant lizard.
He's a giant
Marvel
dragon.
character.
Yeah. A couple people mentioned him, and I think it's because I would like to see him in the MCU. Like I
Yes.
would love to see
Yes.
But he's like the Mandarin and
Yes.
Jensen and all those people, the Jensen that are very like stereotypy racist type Asian
Marvel
things.
characters.
So they can't just like put him up there
Racism.
because like it's straight up, but it's a beast of legend. If they had more of like
May I
this-
say it? He's Oriental. I said it
that's how it was in the
on
comic
your
book.
show.
It's super. Yeah,
Problem.
don't say that again.
I'm saying that's what they were going for when they did it at the time they did it.
Yeah, don't say that again. The
Of course not.
But he's like this super
I meant the
dope giant
dishes.
dragon thing that they have to fight. It's like in the Godzilla era. Like it was in that time, so they made a giant monster thing like that.
Yo, so this new one, is it supposed to be King or Godzilla versus all these other fucking monsters?
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Shit.
Yeah,
Comes out tomorrow?
Doesn't he have
Yeah.
like a diaper or something? Like, doesn't he wear like a superhero?
Fin Fang Foom.
Yeah, like
Oh,
a
I thought you meant-
superhero. Like,
A banana hammock?
I don't remember. No,
oh, he wears jeans. I felt like I always saw him like.
Are you talking about
I mean, 'cause he
Savage
had,
Dragon?
That's when he's doing stand up.
I mean, doesn't he have like a little bit of the Fu Manchu?
He does.
Cuffs? I feel like he has cuffs Like,
Because he
has-
was
yeah, he has
restrained,
cuffs,
yeah.
and then he has like underwears.
He's got like I thought he wore like I guess the
got a
sumo wrestler
thong.
He's
thing.
in an R. Kelly sex dungeon.
he's got
So
a
Igor,
tanga.
you
He's got a
choose
thong.
between Dragon Zord and Fin Fang Foom.
All day, baby. Dragon Zord. Give me that Power Ranger.
Go Power
Give me
Ranger.
that Power Ranger. Love it.
Rangers.
Yo, is this movie getting good reviews or what? This new one.
I hear it's good. I mean, a lot of I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I will say the I have not seen that Godzilla, the one that came out with Bryan Cranston and all that stuff. But I did see Kong Skull. The trailer for this makes me want to go back and watch it. And so because it looks fucking dope.
Is it a?
I love this shit. I love Giant. It's like a universe because Kong Skull Island is part of it too. It's the new like there it's all a universe. At the end of Kong Skull Island, they show them all like we need to watch them and all stuff because the world is at stake. Blah blah blah.
I saw that three-headed thing. I was like, if they make this good, this is
sold.
Gonna be
It's
gonna be a lot of fun.
Igor, is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Yo, follow me on the stuff. Iggy Smalls, Jiggy, and support Creek in the Cave.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Does your Elvis?
Yo.
Does your friend? What's your friend's? Jack.
Jack. What's up, baby?
Jack, you want to come
next,
up?
Papa. You up next? Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Igor Martinez.
Yo, come on, Jack.
Get the fuck up.
Elvis, put the mic down.
Get the fuck up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Jack, everybody! Come on. Let's do it.
Yo,
you're good.
Jack.
In the house, baby.
Yeah.
Uncle Jack, baby. Show some respect on the chanclas.
What is happening?
Shaquille O'Neal, baby.
O'Neal.
What is happening?
I love it. Yeah, the 7-foot Uncle Jack. No. How tall is Shaquille O'Neal?
7'2". Something
Because
like
I know he wears like a 15. Remember when Foot Locker had his fucking
No, his shoe's like a
Shaquille
23.
O'Neal
Actually,
shoe on display?
I remember his shoe being like a 23, like insane. I'm a fucking 14. That guy does not have a size 15 shoe.
Well, I was being a little bit humble.
Yeah. What is Jack? Thank you for being here. We're talking about these giant monsters and/or robots. Did you have any favorites of these like city smashing movies or characters, TV shows?
Guys, I think you guys all mentioned everyone, man. I'm definitely a Mr. Puff, man. Marshmallow Man, Godzilla for sure, right? All like kind of 80s Americana, 80s, 90s Americana stuff. Paul Bunyan, but honestly...
Paul Bunyan, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait a minute.
That's honestly where I want to take it. That's really where I want to take this.
Yeah, you want to go Paul Bunyan?
I want to go to Paul Bunyan. Let's talk about American giants, and then let's bring it all to Greek mythology and talk about.
Yeah, there was
and we could even
Titans.
bring it to my elementary school principal, which at that point I'm like in the kindergarten, first grade, so a 40-year-old, 50-year-old man looks like a giant, right?
Yes, it's true. Sure.
And he had elephantitis.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a fact.
He had a big dick.
Missed the leaf.
And
he had a giant penis.
Yeah.
Wait, what? How do you know this?
Well, he was bulging. It was big, and for kindergarten, you're looking up and you're like, wow, this guy's a giant.
Not where I expected this to go.
So I guess where can we start? Greek mythology?
Yeah.
Let's go. I like that a lot.
Cyclops.
Did you guys like Clash of the Titans?
Oh yeah, the Clash of the Titans that came out. I was just watching the documentary on Netflix about He-Man. Did anybody watch that He-Man documentary?
No.
It hit me right in the nostalgia balls. Like it hurt to watch this because I fucking loved He-Man as a kid, and they talked about how the reason why it crashed or why He-Man happened is because of that fucking Clash of the Titans movie. They would license toys. They licensed toys for Clash of the Titans, and it was like the movie did nothing. And then they saw, and they're like, "Oh, we need another property. We need a property," and that's when they came out with He-Man because that movie was like not good.
Yeah.
Did you like that Clash of the Titans? Were you talking about that one?
No, definitely not. I don't know the TV, but
no, it's the one where it was stop motion. So everything, like the skeletons looked like they were like a million years ago. You liked it? Yeah. It was fine.
One of my early flicks.
Early. But they tried to remake it recently. They tried to remake it recently with Liam Neeson and a bunch of people. Yeah, it did not do well. It did not do well. Yeah. But there are a bunch of those legends of like Goliath, right? Like, isn't Goliath from the Bible supposed to be like a giant person?
Cyclops.
The Cyclops, that's right.
huge. And then honestly, I think the Greeks own all the giants.
The Greeks what?
The Greeks owned all the giants. Mostly, it's like titans and giants but
Right.
even,
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about maybe American giants.
Yeah,
I
like
mentioned Paul Bunyan.
Right.
What other American historical giant is there?
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
He was French.
The
Yeah, but we
Jolly
popularized
Green
them.
Giant. Yes. Wouldn't it be crazy? I would like to see that movie where all of a sudden the Jolly Green Giant goes fucking apeshit and just starts smashing a city. That is the Hulk. You're right. That is the Hulk. But yeah, I would
That's
like to. But Paul Bunyan. Okay, I love the Paul Bunyan story because it's just like it's and he Babe the Blue Ox, and it was just like this idea of like the American tall tales. That's like when it's like okay. When your friends do something crazy and you talk about it later and you don't have like photographic evidence, it always gets like exaggerated
Yeah.
exponentially. There was probably just some guy who was big and he was like, yeah, I chopped down trees. And they're like, he chopped down 1,000 trees in one day.
Yeah, sounds like the Torah.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like you read stories of like Johnny Appleseed. He planted 1 million trees. And Pecos Bill, he rode a tornado off into the sunset, like all that, like wild shit. Yeah, all those tall tales.
That movie Tall Tale.
Yeah, I love all that shit because it's like it's made up and all that stuff. And then I remember right on the heels of that, like when I was a kid learning all that stuff, I was also like being taught the Bible, and to me they were exactly the same. Like I was just like, yeah, it's the same shit. Someone's just making stuff up. Yeah, this guy. Real political. I don't know.
No.
I do like it though. That's a good choice. What are you? Do you have any more? You got something else you want to talk about?
No, not at all. I just saw.
Let's do it. Are you ready to make some tough decisions?
Uh-oh.
All right. You're going to have to choose. Now this is I'm going to give you two. So this will be the first one. You have to choose between the kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Fuck that kid.
Don't fuck that.
Don't fuck that guy. Versus Reptar from Rugrats.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is a rough one. This is a
That's
rough
a
one.
rough
Choice.
Reptar versus the kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
No,
that kid.
no. Oh, that's a tough one. Because I love Honey.
Yeah,
I
people
Shrunk
love
the
that.
Kids.
That was like one of the most
dude. I had that
Really?
on VHS.
Wait, the second one?
as a joke. Yeah. Oh no, I think it was the third or Honey. That was the second one.
It's
Yeah.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Yeah.
That's a come up.
Yeah.
No, you know that was a fucking flop, dude.
That
was a flop.
the
Yeah.
second
Yeah,
one.
no.
But between the kid and Reptar, which one are you going with?
Nah, I'm going with the kid.
The kid.
Yeah.
Reptar.
Fuck
God,
X
that
the kid.
This one will be a little bit more serious because you have to choose between Voltron
Oh,
and the Dragon Zord from Power Rangers. Old school versus
nah,
the
man,
newer-ish
fuck that
school.
shit. Fuck all you fucking millennials. Fuck Power Rangers.
Oh no!
Yeah, I stopped at
Say it,
Voltron.
son.
I stopped at Nintendo. Fuck
Say it.
64.
Make America great
PlayStation.
again.
That's where I'm at. X all these kids.
Which race do you hate the most?
Oh man, no, yeah.
Which one's moving on? Claire, moving on to the next round between Voltron and the Dragon Zord is
Man, Voltron, dude.
Voltron, baby.
Come on, guys. I truly apologize, so millennials.
No, yeah, way to turn that around.
There's a real juggernaut possibility on the left-hand side there. Oh,
I know.
shit.
Jack, is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Guys, honestly, I really just want to promote all you guys. It's amazing that you guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Awesome.
man.
This is honestly, I've been coming here for a couple of years, and you guys, regular faces and new people, and you guys continue to inspire folks to talk
Hell
and
yeah, dude.
express themselves.
Regular.
Ladies
you
and
got something
gentlemen,
great.
a round of applause for Jack, everyone. He's very nice to us. Well, give me that mic. Put that mic right there. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Ben Katzner. That's you, buddy. You getting up? Hello. I see you. What's up, buddy?
I don't know if I can do this, but that's okay.
If you got a bolt, just bolt.
Yeah, I don't think the show upstairs is happening. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Ben Katzner. Let's do it, baby.
Yeah.
We're talking about giant monsters and or robots.
Sounds like my
Kaiju.
mother-in-law. All right.
Oh, brother.
She died. She died. She had a fake heart. It was metal. Go ahead. What's up? We're having fun.
It was very tragic. She was a medical marvel. She
She really was.
a miracle of modern science.
Yeah.
What is your go-to when you think about these things? Do you like them or do you?
I do like them.
And you can go animated as well. This isn't just people in suits.
I can go animated.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because I was talking about Robotech earlier and nobody remembered.
I was like, do people know what you were talking about?
Yeah, not really.
I didn't know.
I fucking love Robotech.
I like the monster from Cloverfield. That's a thing.
That was knocked off first round, unfortunately, but it was on the list.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that.
On the list.
Sorry, listeners.
I liked that movie when it came out because it was new. Like that whole found footage thing was new.
Sure.
But also like that you didn't see it and it was in like shadows, and then when you did see it, it was like a big deal. The big reveal at the end.
It was great. Yeah, I loved it so much. What about the Sentinels from X-Men? Do they count?
Ooh, that is a great
Put that on
choice.
your list.
Yeah. The Sentinels, the cartoon Sentinels, or the ones from Days of Future Past?
Cartoons definitely, but then also the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was dope because I remember seeing that shit where it was like when that X-Men cartoon came out, that was fucking awesome. Like that was
amazing.
the shit.
Game changer.
Yeah.
First Marvel Cinematic Universe was that Spider-Man, Iron Man, Fantastic Four.
All those cartoons.
Yeah, baby.
Interesting. Like I don't know why this genre is so like tricky, like a tough nut to crack. Like that first Godzilla movie came out, and it was supposed to be the one in 2000, whatever, with Bryan Cranston. 2012, I think it came out.
I think that was a solid movie. Am I wrong?
I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. The trailer for...
You haven't seen it?
No, the trailer for the new Godzilla makes me want to go and watch. I'm probably going to watch it tomorrow.
It's not perfect, but there's like... The thing that made me want to see was there's a skydiving scene. They're all like... ready to jump out of the plane and shit. And then they dive out, and it's just... You have to... Oh, my God.
It's good?
You haven't seen that shit?
No, I want to see it. Well, that's
shit.
This Godzilla King of the Monsters is supposed to be like a cinematic universe combining that Kong Skull Island and then a release of all these other monsters.
I don't know if I love that. I think Godzilla as its own thing is good enough. Why do I have to bring fucking King Kong into
I don't
it?
think it's like that's another thing. Like the world. That's what I liked about Pacific Rim, where it was like straight up the apocalypse. Like
yes, I like that idea, and I hated everything. Well, I like the dimensional rift part. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I enjoy. Like that was one of those movies that I loved so much about it, and then there were parts of it where I was like, "This is bullshit," you know. Like I'll be honest with you, it's going to be on your list of things to choose from.
You're like, a black captain? I could never do it. Admiral?
No, but in the second one, in Pacific Rim 2, John Boyega plays like his son or whatever, Pentecost or whatever his name is. And
that can't be right. That can't be the name. Pentecost.
That's that dude's name. That's
has risen.
That's Idris Elba's name.
We got a wild dog. Speaking of fucking terrorizing animals, there's just a rat. This is a dog. Just it's really just here.
He's
didn't
like
really
our
do anything
mascot.
bad.
He's like our mascot. But yeah, the idea of that movie where the world has ended, like because of these monsters, everything has changed now.
Right.
Like I think with Godzilla, if you release like one Godzilla, that's a big deal.
Right.
These giant monsters battling it out will destroy everything. Like it's gonna fucking destroy the world.
Well, have you ever seen the Netflix Godzilla thing that's out there? There's like two of them. They're animated, and essentially it's like Godzilla destroyed the world or something, so all the humans left. And then they end up coming back to Earth for whatever reason.
Oh, they're trying to resettle
the
Earth?
idea is great. The execution is very, como se dice, Japanese. But, is that...
Wow. The execution... That was pretty good. I like it.
But it's like a fun idea. I really like it a lot.
Okay, so now in and of themselves, we're voting. The brackets are for the individuals, so the criteria is all up to you. Are you ready to make some tough decisions?
Yeah, that's what I was brought here for.
Yeah, because this one's pretty. I think it's pretty straightforward, unfortunately, but you have to choose between Gypsy Danger, which is the main robot from Pacific Rim,
Okay.
and actual Godzilla.
Wow, how is that hard? What are you talking about?
I was just saying, that robot was specifically built to kill a Godzilla type being.
That robot can eat my fucking ass. Godzilla all the way. Here we go.
Godzilla all the way. Now it gets. Let me see.
They're gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything, but they're gonna be so mad that I was like, I'll go check and see if people want to come up to the show.
Yeah, no, yeah. Guillermo del Toro is our one listener. And then the next one is another one's Ghidorah, which is is a three-headed dragon thing versus King motherfucking Kong. Not who would win in a fight, but or if that's your criteria, then yeah.
My criteria is who would I rock with in the club? Yeah. It's
good criteria.
Would it be King Kong, who's just this big bird? He probably smells like shit. Probably has. That feels weird now that I say it.
Yep.
For the listeners,
no. Sit in what you just said.
For the listeners, I'm black, so. But also, I didn't mean it like that. But now I understand accidental racism. It's
institutionalized in you, man. It's what's it called? Internalized.
Yes.
That even you. No, I don't think anybody else got that. But you were like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it felt like something someone would yell at me out of a truck.
That you look like you smell.
That Godzilla smells bad. It's like, Dad, stop it. All right.
So King Kong versus King Ghidorah.
I pick Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, three-headed King
Let's
Kong.
go. He's got 3 heads.
3 heads beat.
No hair. No stank. Doesn't have to take a bath. He's a lizard. Or she. Is it a woman? Is it a girl?
It's a king, so I think it's male.
Well, that feels misogynist.
It's not Queen Ghidorah.
Well, those are your terms.
I don't know how it chooses to identify, so I'm not
going
to...
It has to marry someone for a dowry or whatever? Okay.
I don't understand the monarchy of these monsters. I don't understand the nuances. Ben, would you like to promote anything before you go?
Everybody come to the show at the Creek of the Cave upstairs right now. It's empty and we have to cancel if no one's here. I can't stay here. I love you so much. Goodbye.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Katzner. Thank you.
Someone has to sit in the second chair. Yeah, I'll do it.
No, it's fine. Oh, did we lose music? Yeah, come on up, Noah. Ladies and gentlemen, closing out the show, give it up for Toby Nelson.
Oh, my goodness!
Yeah. Oh, right on the drop.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, hello.
What's up? We have a couple choices left.
Yeah, okay.
Till we get to the final round. So you will choose 2, and then all of us together will decide who the winner is. But let's talk about it. Which of these giant monsters is problematic? Which ones have assaulted people? Which ones have had just some blinds written about them?
I was talking with my best friend Morgan's brother suggested Fig Fang Boom, and I was like, I was like, oh, I read about him on the list of most racist Marvel characters, and
I don't know if it was he's a giant monster. He does have an intelligence, but I don't. Why was he on the racist side of things?
Just because he's the Orientalism thing.
Of the time, yeah.
Yeah, and one of them's a giant egg that's also somehow racist. Is this ringing a bell? Anyone?
A giant egg?
No. Okay. Well, this was a thing apparently. He was a villain in
what was
one
your?
of these.
So let's talk about.
I'm trying to think of who in the movies is problematic.
Well, I know that. So the Bryan Cranston is
he's
not.
great.
He was in the first that most recent Godzilla.
Yeah, and his daughter's a really good actress too. She was the star of the second season of American Vandal.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Oh, that's his daughter.
She's the blonde.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Go
Tom
back and watch that
Hiddleston.
then.
Tom Hiddleston is in the second one.
Yeah, he's not problematic, but he did have that ridiculous fake relationship with Taylor Swift.
Tom Hiddleston had a fake relationship with Taylor Swift?
You don't remember this shit? Hiddleston? When they were at the beach and he wore the shirt that said I heart TS?
What?
Yes.
What? Explain. You need to do more than just.
No, that's literally like what it. That's literally what happened. He was like
in a relationship with her?
Yeah, they had a bearding contract. I don't know if I don't think he's actually gay, but you know she has her bearding contracts and stuff, and like
a purity contract?
Oh, bearding.
Oh, bearding.
Yeah, bearding.
I know. Yeah.
Bearding. If it's your first episode listening to me,
Toby...
is the practice of somebody who is gay dating somebody who's of the opposite sex to quell rumors about their sexuality.
Yeah, sure.
And Tom Hiddleston was really wanted the Emmy for The Night Manager.
Oh, right.
So it was supposed to raise his profile in addition to having her date a classy British actor.
So this was strategic. Who puts that together? Their PR people?
They're managers, yeah.
Their managers?
Tree Payne is the name of Taylor Swift's PR person.
And there's so that was a fake thing. But is it because he's gay or because she's gay?
Because she's gay.
Because she's gay.
Yeah. I don't know about him. I genuinely don't.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All of this is alleged. I'm not making any concrete statements.
Oh, sure. I'm not making any concrete
Yeah.
statements about how I definitely think that Taylor Swift is gay.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. I'm, the host.
No, he supposedly dated Elizabeth Olsen. No. Yeah, that's the one that's not the twin, right?
No, Elizabeth Olsen's the one in the movie.
But then also we're like in the Marvel movies together, so I don't know if it was just like a PR setup kind of thing, like to. Because there's a lot of PR setups that aren't bearding. So
following you and reading your group thing has made me question I always worry that someone's going to be a monster, like someone I love. You know, is John C. Reilly problematic?
No, I don't think so.
Because he's in Kong Skull Island too.
No.
Millie
Jack
Bobby
Black's
Brown.
Fine. Oh, poor Millie.
Millie Bobby Brown
God.
is in the.
She's in the new one.
She's in the new one. John C. Reilly, the worst celebrity
I really
autograph
don't give a
sign?
shit about if celebrities don't want to sign people's autographs. That's not problematic for
That's
me.
low on the bar.
That's very
low bar.
like now that we're finding out about everybody who's like assaulted people, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, this person was in a rush and didn't sign your an autograph. Who wants an autograph?
I thought when you said worst celebrity signing, like he had really bad penmanship.
Oh, is that what you meant?
He just drew a tree. I don't know. It's not a signature.
That'd be impressive. I can draw like a recognizable tree. The time it would take me to sign an autograph.
Toby, do you have a favorite giant monster thing? Did you get?
Yeah, I voted for Dr. Manhattan and the Mecha Streisand and Giant Robert Smith.
Mecha
I forgot
Streisand.
about Giant Sidney Poitier. I apologize.
Like maybe I'm forgetting. Is there a point where like Dr. Manhattan grows giant?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
like
how
he used to be a dude, right?
In the movie, that's how he slaughters Vietnam. That's how we win Vietnam. You just see him like blowing shit up.
Spoiler alert, in the book, he summons a giant being with a bunch of oh my God. Why didn't I say Cthulhu?
No. Because you did that book with
No, I'm just saying why didn't I nominate Cthulhu?
Yeah.
He is a giant.
Oh, Cthulhu, a giant. Well, he's
that
a
just
god.
occurred to me.
Yeah, that's a supreme kind of cosmic terror.
I know, but like,
It does work. Toby, are you ready to make do you have more?
Yeah, I just have a me. I have a couple comments. Which was that I went to Disney. I went to Disney World when I was a kid. When I won the Odyssey of the Mind competition, they sent us to it was like a basically kind of like a playwriting / I don't know.
Like a convention. There's so many conventions that happen at the Disney property. It's nuts.
We won our regional one, and then we won our state one, and then we were the Virginia representatives who got sent to the World Finals, which was in Disney World. And so I got to see all the back lots and stuff like that.
Very
I was
cool.
10.
Yeah,
I was like, it's actually sad.
I mean, it's cool as an adult, but as a kid, you're just like, oh, this is all fake.
It's like Cinderella smoking the cigarette, and someone else peeing against a dumpster.
Magic is just drained away.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. The happiest place on earth, farts, smoke.
Farts. But they have the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids park
Yeah,
in there.
they do.
And that was like one of my favorite parts of it. And it's the Honey I Shrunk the Kids, so it's like everything is huge and you're
Right.
little.
So you're extra
but like,
little.
you're climbing on these like giant mushrooms and like,
There's the big
there's
ants.
a slide that's the ants, and then there's like a slide that's like a shoe
Yeah.
with like
That's right.
So I fucking
That's what you
love that.
thought? Okay.
Also, Rick Moranis I love from Little Shop of Horrors. Cloverfield I did not like. I saw it on a bad date. I drank too much before the date because I wasn't looking forward to it. So I was really nauseated the whole movie because it's
Ooh,
like
and then there's all that.
because it's like the
handheld.
handy
Yeah.
cam thing. Yeah,
That
exactly.
that movie legitimately made me sick. I had to look away.
No, I'm serious. Like
Yeah.
I was nauseous as shit. Like the guy tried to like kiss me afterwards, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I promise this isn't about you.
Yeah.
I wasn't
about-
into it, but I wasn't like "Ugh," on it.
This is about cinematography. Yeah. What else?
Yeah, and, I mentioned earlier that we watched the original Gojira. Like is the name of the Godzilla film?
Gojira.
Like,
Gojira.
Yeah. In you did that, not me.
It's true. Gojira. No,
Yeah.
that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah. In film school, just like so when we're talking about the whole like theme of it and like the anti like nuclear testing and
Yeah,
nuclear
yeah.
bomb stuff, like we got to like talk about, which was pretty cool.
We didn't switch mics with Noah
Yeah,
because
do
I
you
think
mind?
that
I'm sorry.
battery's dying. There's
I think
like the Japanese things after World War II. There was a lot of like fantastical things, especially in anime and manga and stuff like that. In the
sure,
just everything.
Akira. I mean, obviously that's like the 80s,
But also,
but like
we haven't talked about Ultraman at all. Like a lot
For
of
real, yeah.
there's a lot of it that we.
is that like Mega Man?
Ultraman was like this legendary hero thing where he would push a button and he would grow to be like super giant to
okay.
fight off an alien invasion or whatever.
Yeah, he was possessed by like a giant of light, and so when he like transformed, he would grow giant, and that's how he would fight the monsters.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I saw
It's
this.
one of the most classic, like big, like the kaiju type things in Japan.
I
yeah.
saw a
There's
play
a spin-off
that like
of it called
is
Gridman,
like that,
which
actually.
they turned, which like I think it was Haim Saban. Was it Haim Saban who did Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
Oh, or something like that. Yeah.
Because that was like a Ultraman spinoff called Gridman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's
yeah.
a really good play that I saw at Studio Theater back home. It's about a mentally ill high schooler, and like he believes that he's possessed with what you're talking about, and I didn't realize that was Ultraman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He believes to be that he's possessed by Ultraman.
He
There was a bunch-
believes he is. He's mentally ill.
Have you ever seen the Japanese 70s Spider-Man TV show?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
He has a giant robot. Also, Spider-Man in
Leopardon.
Japan
Yep.
is crazy different.
Yes.
And he fights, he ends up fighting kaiju shit with a giant Leopardon is called. Leopardon or something like
I
that.
wanted to ask you: have you seen Love, Death, and Robots yet?
No, not yet.
That's on Netflix. Yeah.
Yes.
It's on
oh
my list.
God. It's a Netflix series. It's very like people say that it's kind of like Black Mirror if it was animated. It reminds me
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
heard
the
it's really good.
Animatrix.
Yeah.
There's a
Ooh,
gr-
yeah, I love that.
There's like a great bit in it, which
I
is
do love me some Animatrix.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When I worked at the anime and comic book store, we used to play that like a lot.
It was great. I still have it.
Yeah.
Toby, are you ready to make some tough decisions?
Yeah.
You have to choose Okay, so this one's
Oh, wait, one more thing that I've seen that people are complaining about this movie because there is too much giant monsters fighting and not enough plot.
fuck that. Then I'm in.
I'm not into this genre in general, but I feel like that'll be appealing to a lot of my friends.
Yeah, that's what I want so bad.
And the King Kong musical! I cannot believe no one's mentioned that. I mean, I can because like
Is it good?
the boys aren't here. No.
Okay, all right. Then let's move on.
It's supposed to be really bad, but the puppetry, because it's a
Yeah.
humongous puppet, is super, super impressive. And like they have like 17 puppeteers, and like his facial expressions and
That's what I
stuff like
heard.
that are like so it's technically very impressive.
You have to choose between. This is the first round. The
Okay.
kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
It's that one.
and Voltron.
I don't give a shit about Transformers. It's the kid.
You're the kids.
I had to see Transformers 2 so many goddamn times when I worked at the Arlington Cinema Draft House.
I'm gonna push my glasses up and be like, Voltron is not a Transformer. Voltron.
He's the opposite, right?
No, he's
He's from something else.
Yeah, he's a mighty defender. He's like a bunch of robot cats that come together to form a giant
Sorry, I thought
monster.
he was a Transformer.
No. Voltron. So you choose the kid?
Yeah,
Again,
of course I choose the kid.
Adam Zielinski.
Yeah.
And you have to choose.
Rick Moranis' giant child. Yes,
Yep.
I was in Little Shop of Horrors.
And you have to choose between Godzilla himself and King Ghidorah.
I don't know who that is, so it's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
So it's Godzilla versus the kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. That's what's happening.
But that's not what you're choosing.
No,
That's for
I was
everybody.
just making sure that was the final because that makes me really happy.
Yep. This is how this show goes. Toby, is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Yeah, started from Degrassi. Now we hear podcast, my group Tea Time with Toby on Facebook, where you'll find all the weird gossip things I do. The Tadar podcast that Sarah and Hattie do. If you were interested in the Taylor Swift gay conspiracy shit. Cthulhu in the Deep South. I'm so embarrassed I did not nominate Cthulhu for this.
Yeah, you totally should
I'm
have.
sorry, Kirk Battle and Alex Murray. And then I'm Tobes the Wonder Dog on Instagram and Tobes the Wonder Dog with the number 1 on Twitter. James Callis, who played Gaius Baltar, tweeted back at me the other day. So I can die, not like happy, but I can die.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, she's going to die right after the show. Give it up for
Thank God.
Toby Nelson.
Answer Davos!
Answer Davos. All right, here we go. Where everybody go back out there.
Y'all know the name.
Everybody out. Here we go. It's come down to this. We have to choose between the two finalists, Godzilla himself or herself versus the kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Yes! I could not have asked a better way for this to go. So we're going to start. Round of applause. Godzilla. One, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. The kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Whoops, sorry. You guys exclaimed so much you blew out the microphones. Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate king of the monsters, the kid from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. That's the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you can listen to this at Zeros on Heroes. Zeros on Heroes on all social media. Please like, share, and subscribe. Retweet the shit out of us. We want more listeners. Invite your friends to the Creek in the Cave every Thursday at 8 p.m. Invite them here. This place is great. The food's great. And the show is super fun. It's more fun the more people come out. And you can follow me. I'm at Mike Mercadal. Mike Mercadal on all social media. And remember, everybody settle. Everybody, guys, this is my nightmare. That I love that you're excited, but also shut the fuck. No. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to go out and be a